Hello everybody, in this video I'm talking about, well, something bad about Diablo 4 for a change. And this is the build system. Now, not that I'm against the build system, but the way it's actually implemented is actually discouraging players from experimenting with different builds. And the reason for that, because it's very, very costly. And I did try it. So, for example, I was playing the Druid and wanted to kind of switch and try something else because I got different drops. And I wanted, of course, to change the Paragon board. And, of course, just to fit the new build that I'm working on. And, of course, many players save the gold in order to, respec and try to min-max and get, like, the perfect affixes for the build. And this can be very, very costly. But if you want to respec the Paragon board, it because you quite a few minions, especially if you're going back and forth and trying to do something else. Some will probably prefer doing it in a online calculator than just doing it in-game. But the fact that you need to pay and it's costly to actually change the Paragon board, I think it's a huge mistake. I mean, if Blizzard gave us the option to just respec the Paragon board, whenever we like, without actually having any cost, this allows us to really make lots of changes and see what actually worked for us or not. And for me, by the way, the process of actually creating a build is the most fun thing. At the end of the day, if I come across, at the end, it's something that works, great, but this is it. Same, by the way, happens for many other games. Like when I play Hearthstone, I didn't care. I care about getting to the highest level, but I care more about the process in trying to create something of my own and get it there myself. So even if I didn't get there, I still enjoy the process. And of course, the ultimate thing will be just finding things that actually work eventually. Now, this means that this leads to things that players would just copy other things that are meta right now, and instead of investing time and effort in order to create something of their own, and let alone the place that you actually have in the inventory, it also discourages builds because you have limited space. Some of the things you want to save for later on that seems good for certain builds, and it becomes even worse when you are playing. I change and I start progressing my barbarian, and then I saw that, well, I don't have enough space in the stash anyway. Now that I want to save certain type of drops for the barbarian, I don't have enough space for it. And I don't want to delete the druids one. And what happens if I decided to play another class? And yeah, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible thing in the game. It absolutely just leads me to something. And I told my friends in the clan that I don't know what to do. I'm just going to go with something that, it's already made and I know exactly what I use. I'm just going to wait for the drops. It's, it just seems like fully automatic, and I just don't enjoy playing like that. So again, playing like that and something with already predefined feels that it takes most of the enjoyment for me for playing Diablo game. I want to try, I want to experiment, see what works, make small changes, micro kind of manage the build and see what works better, go back and forth. But they think that it's so costly that sometimes it takes me a day or two just for to get the gold for a single build. Now this become even worse if you, I'm playing a lot, but if you even have much less time, it can be even worse. Because the amount of time you need to invest in order to get the gold, in order to try different builds. The moment I changed the build with the druid, and I went back and they said, oh, it doesn't work, it cost me so much that I just left almost without gold at all. And it was so punishing that it just discouraged me to do it ever again. So yeah, for me, figuring things out is what I actually enjoy. And if you're just putting things like, just taking a predefined build and just following the steps, I wouldn't enjoy it. And just waiting for the drops to be good, the roll, what's the point? You get so many things that can actually work well. It doesn't have to be the best, but based on the drops that you get, that might work well. And if you keep, again, you're going to get lots of items. So, and you try different combinations of things, and if it works well, great. It doesn't have to be the best. It just be very, very good thing that actually work in the game and deliver good results. And not just that, something you actually enjoy playing with. And the reason I actually went with something, for example, with the druid when I started, and of course I changed on the way, is because I just enjoyed this type of gameplay experience. There's some things that I tried Earth, for example, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. So I just didn't want to play it like that because I just didn't enjoy it. So if it was a really the best build in the game, I still probably wouldn't go with it. So again, as of right now, I'm still following my custom, path of creating my own build and trying to see what works and what not with other classes as well. And trying to figure out things that works well with a particular build that I enjoy playing with and something that will be strong and good. And I know this thing when you look, for example, online, you see all these builds that is shredding everything and you say, I just want something like that and that's about it. Let alone if you don't have a lot of time and you just want to make sure that you don't spend a lot of time getting resources. And again, this is very economic and time saving because the game is designed so terribly in that aspect. Just follow a specific guide, get the drops, and that's about it. Just get out with that and don't spend time trying to figure things out. It's very, very costly to try to figure things out in the game. And I know players that's what they do. They just follow a build. They don't spend time anything else. Just they know what the build works, and that's it. They just follow something that other players discover, and that's it. Now, if it's something, by the way, on the way that is similar to what you like, and and it's very close to your build, fine. I mean, no problem. I mean, I'm not against this at all. If it's something that fits my playstyle, I'm already kind of on the way, and there's somebody figure out a way to optimize it even further, great. Always learning is great, and there's nothing wrong about learning from other people. But again, the process itself is something that I enjoy experimenting with, because I get so many different drops. I don't want just to ignore all the drops and everything and just until I get this specific thing. It's also annoying because I get so many things that I tell myself, all right, well, this drop is actually nice. I got, for example, the thorn one. Well, let's experiment with it. Let's change the build entirely for the thorn. Let's see if it works well for the druid. But no, if I'm going to try to do it and I'm going to change things in the Paragon board, it will take forever to try, let's say it like that. I'm going to lose a lot of time and effort that I put into the game in order to just, and respecing again, it costs money as well because I need to respec again. But again, taking it out, it's the thing that costs the most. So yeah, it's a terrible system in my opinion, absolutely trash. Really, it's just how bad it is for players who want to experiment with things. And change things quite often and see what works for them, especially again in the Paragon board. So let me know what you think about it. I'm very disappointed in this aspect. Won't lead me to, it's not going to lead me to stop playing, but it's something that I think is just terrible. This is why I'm waiting for seasons, for more options to try it in crafting my builds. But even then, I think it's going to be even punishing then. But right now, I'm disappointed. So let me hear your opinion. What do you think about them? Are you like me? You don't care. You just go with the build. That's it. You go and go with something that's already proven and works. You don't spend time on other builds. You're just going to wait for the drops that fits that particular build that you already know that you're actually playing. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's discuss it there. Thanks for watching.